Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Saturday, July 12th, 2025. We're doing a collective read for you guys. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for being here, first off. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for all your love and support. You guys are wonderful. You really are. I just got back in. I went to the food truck festival. I ate too much. I wound up choosing the Egyptian food truck. It was good. I mean, the smell was wonderful. The best fries I've ever had. I don't know what kind of flavoring they had on it, but it was good. But I had one slider. It was chicken, grilled chicken. The other one was cauliflower. So I decided to try both of them. I didn't like the cauliflower. It had too much cilantro or coriander on it. So I didn't eat it. I took a bite of it and I couldn't eat it. But the chicken was good. The fries were phenomenal. So I was happy I tried that one out. So, I mean, it's open all weekend. If I decide to go back to them tomorrow, maybe I'll try the Colombian truck. But I saw a Mexican truck. Oh boy, it looked good. It was like new fusion cuisine, Mexican cuisine. Might try that too if I decide to go out. I mean, it's a hot day. It's packed. And it's expensive too, but it gets you out of the house. You know what I'm saying? I got a big wet kiss by a golden retriever in the park. He just climbed up on my lap and kissed me. That was fun. A squirrel was coming. I don't know whether it was squaring off with me, wanted to fight me, or hug me because it was on his back legs with his arms out. I took a picture of it, or actually I filmed it, so I might post that. Anyway, it was funny. It was funny. I just love being out in nature. I sat beneath a tree in the shade, and the breeze was wonderful. And I'm thinking, why don't I do this every day? You know what I mean? Take my shoes off, walk in the grass. I walked through the children's splash park on my way home. Got myself nice to cool down before I walked home. You might want to think about doing stuff like that. Just get out of the house, get out of the doldrums if you're feeling down low. I do have a message, and there's a special messenger here. By the way, Archangel Raphael stepped in. He's got a message. All right. And it has to do with something called double indemnity. Now, I used to work in occupational health and safety. I went to college for it. I used to be an auditor, an inspector, and many jobs that I've had always worked in occupational health and safety for the union, the CAW, the Canadian Auto Workers. It's a big union. I've got a lot of credentials and you know, a lot of courses that I've completed. But occupational health and safety was my passion because I had foresight. I could see an accident happening before it happened. I was also a women's advocate. I did a lot of the PR. They trained me in PR as well, public relations. They asked me if I wanted that job. Just a lot of stuff, bargaining, negotiations as well. But I learned a lot. Okay, so I don't talk about things that I'm not experienced in. I try to help as much as I can. I don't know it all. Okay, I just try to share what I know, what I've experienced, right? But double indemnity. Usually it's a company. I'm going to give you an example. It's just say you open up a company, a small company. You have maybe 30 workers. Okay, you have to get WSIB, workers' compensation. Yeah, you have to. It's a company. It's government. It's a law. Okay, these people need to be have some sort of security in case of accidents. There's got to be some checks and guidelines, right? So they say, okay, you have 30 workers, and this is just giving you just odd numbers. This is not set in stone here. They say, okay, you're only allowed 3 fatalities or critical accidents a year. It's going to cost you $50,000 a year. So they have to pay in, you have to pay in as an employer $50,000 into the Workmen's Compensation Board. That's the way it is, or else they close your doors, okay? Anybody, you get a 4th accident, it doubles. So it goes from 50 to 100,000. That's a lot of money just to be paying WSIB, never mind your taxes, your wages, your overhead. Next year, it's the same thing. If there's more than a certain amount of accidents, that doubles to 200,000. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of companies, even big companies, have to close their doors because of safety. You know, they didn't train well. They didn't care. I don't know. They didn't improve their equipment, whatever reasons. Okay, a lot of companies have to close their doors. Now, this is why am I saying this? Because it has something to do with insurance. It also has something to do with preventative maintenance in our lives, whether it's our physical body, spiritual, mental, emotional, financial. Okay, we have to do preventative maintenance. We have to check in every now and then, make sure everything's running smoothly. A lot of us tend to go into avoidance. We ignore it till it gets too bad, and it doubles, and pretty soon the doors have to close, if you know what I'm saying, metaphorically. A double indemnity is a clause or a provision in a life insurance or accident policy where the company agrees to pay the stated multiple, double, or triple of the face amount in the contract in causes of death or critical accidents. That could include murder, suicide, gross negligence, natural causes. Okay? There's a lot of life insurance policies, and we've been talking about that in certain reads. People doing nasty stuff for money, right? There's insurance policies out there, just clean cut, straight up, right? In case of, but there's also in case of an accident, it doubles. There's a little clause in there. There's something about that, so keep an eye out on that, okay? But what what Archangel Raphael wants to discuss is we go in to get our teeth cleaned to maintain our teeth, right? Could be a chiropractor. You take your car in to be serviced. You change your oil. What happens if you don't change your oil? Well, your engine seizes. You crack your engine block. You have to buy a whole new car afterwards, right? It's double the cost. So it's basically what you need to take care of. Please take care of right now. Whether it's your health, emotional, mental, your body, your spiritual health. Okay, go out and do those sound baths, salt baths. Smudge your home. Clap in the corners. Get rid of that stale energy in your home, in your body. It's imperative right now, okay? The number 1222 has come up, and that's pivotal here, okay? This is encouragement and support from your angels and the divine realm, urging you to embrace your personal growth and accountability. Find faith and believe in positive changes. Make it happen. Start. They will help. This is a spiritual awakening, okay? Self-discovery, encouraging you to trust your intuition and your inner wisdom. And know that some of that inner wisdom is them, okay? Guiding you. You're not alone. So remember that word double indemnity. There's something about that. It might be on an actual insurance paper, having something to do with you, your home, your car, your life, or somebody you love. Or this is you. This is you. They're telling you, take care of something right now before it's going to cost you double. Before you're really going to be hurting, it's going to take you double time to heal from or get back up from. It could be anything for anything like that, okay? Hopefully you understand. Sorry it took so long to go through that, but it's the message. Blame the orator. It's not the angels. Trust and believe. The way they said it, it was so perfect. You know what I mean? Anyhow, thank you for being here. Let's start. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the white light. What's the message? Ooh, okay, thank you. The past life echoes, overarching energy. Some connections or feelings feel like echoes from a past life. So somebody's in a labyrinth. They're trying to find their way through something. It could be you or someone else. Maybe you're remembering some past life memories that you didn't live in this life. Because I get them sometimes. I get flashes from another life, and I know it's a different era. I wasn't even alive back then. But there I was. And I get those flashes every now and then. So maybe you are too. Yeah. Protect your heart. Maybe you have a heart situation. I don't know. Guard your emotions to avoid hurt. Maybe you need to check in, be more mindful. Be more mindful of yourself and your feelings. Maybe check in with a therapist if you can, or somebody that you can trust to as a sounding board. You do not need, maybe you need advice, maybe you think you need advice, but really we have the answers within us, right? A good listener will guide you to the answers you already have, whether it's a therapist, a friend, a family member. So it's something to do with family ties here. Family dynamics are influencing the relationship. Somebody's holding back from you, or you're holding back from them. The other person's not being fully open with you. Boundaries respected. Your boundaries must be respected, or you must respect other people's boundaries. The other person respects your personal space and boundaries, which that's good. Crossing paths. Maybe somebody wants to cross the paths or the boundaries here. A destined encounter is about to happen between you and someone. And you're a safe space, or they will be. Okay? A place where you can truly be yourself and feel at peace. Sounds good. So this could be a past life soulmate coming into this world. It doesn't always have to be bad, right? Like a past life karmic soul tie. This could be a past life soulmate coming back into your world to help you heal, or to guide you to heal. It's wonderful. Wouldn't that be funny if past life soulmate comes in, they were a doctor in a past life, and they come into this life as a patient, or vice versa, or I don't know. It could be a mothering, nurturing kind of person. Doesn't have to be a mother, it could be a father, but you know what I'm saying, a very nurturing person. They nurtured you in a past life. It's your turn to nurture them, or vice versa. Hold their hand when they're scared. It could even be like you're needing help around the house because maybe you are sick or you're unable to do certain things. And there's an angel that shows up. You know what I mean? Crossing paths with them. Past life echoes. Where are we going with this? Oh, we got 2. Depravity and madness. It could be mental health. Tyrant, spy, misfortune, seduction. So there could have been some misfortunes here. Somebody might be spying. You could be abuse. Maybe you're healing from an abusive relationship. Okay. Unspeakable, ancient, and chaos. Oh, wow. Protect your heart. Somebody you love is going to descend into madness. It might be temporary. I don't know. Maybe they did some stuff that was illegal. Scary even to think about. I don't know. Or maybe that's just what they're experiencing. It could be an attachment of some sort. Divine intervention. Oh, thank God. Thank you. Serendipity, catalyst, and karma. This is the catalyst to changing this situation. Sacrifice. They try to sacrifice you, or you're going to have to make a sacrifice, or they try to sacrifice, if you know what I'm saying. Dedication, ritual, worship, and voluntary. They could have an attachment here. They went down the dark way. The divine stepping in. Dealing with a snake. Light, poison, fertility. So somebody, I'm not saying they were dealing, whomever you love or whomever you're coming crossing paths with, because it sounds like a good person, or this is you, you're the good person. There's something else, someone else in the equation, in this equation, that has gone down this dark road. Maybe madness. Okay, I don't know if it's madness, if it's an attachment, or they delved into the dark and they can't get out. Lie, poison, fertility. There's a message here. Communication records, call records, instant messaging. Use your intuition, okay, to guide you. Sixth sense, intuition, subconscious. Wow. Okay, so the divine stepping in. That is a relief. You're not on your own. We're never on our own. But past life echoes. This could be a past life. Somebody descended into madness in a past life. I don't know. Maybe you worked in a madhouse. That you used to call it a madhouse, right? In a sanitarium or something like that. Maybe you were a patient in a sanitarium, or they were. Past life echoes, depravity and madness. Could have witnessed a whole bunch of depravity. Well, this is happening now. I don't know. Withdrawn. Single, lonely, and solitary. Maybe that's you or them. Feeling completely alone. They need nourishment. They certainly do, or you do. Self-growth, self-focus, soul-finding. That's why it's imperative to do that maintenance, that preventative work. Okay? Some people might be facing Alzheimer's. I'm not saying that's depravity or madness, but losing your mind, I can't imagine what that would feel like. I wouldn't want to. Hopefully it never happens to me, touch wood. Losing your memories, not being able to function, not knowing who you are or where you are, that panic, that fear. Maybe you're going to help somebody. I don't know. Somebody's full of pride, though. Arrogance, ego, and stubborn. Maybe very stubborn. I am, too. When it comes to my health, I used to really, really be stubborn. Now I'm learning to let it go. Learning I'm not in control. The doctors know what they're doing. Just go with the doctors. I've had some bad experiences with doctors, but let's be frank. They never really gave a shit. I never felt like they gave a shit. I felt like they were just writing prescriptions just for the sake of it. So I listened to my intuition. Sometimes I was right, sometimes I wasn't. And sometimes we just have to give it up and say, okay, you know best. You went to school, you did that training, you're good at what you do. So there's resistance here. Secret, admire, suppressing, timid, obscurity. Could be some sort of madness here. Secrets, mysteries, and concealing. Something deep here. Deep awareness, importance, value, memories. Could be something like that. Losing their mind, losing their memories. Reminiscing, dwelling in bittersweet, releasing, gotta let this go, letting go, moving on, walking away. Well, you walked away with an open heart. receptive, empathy, vulnerable. You have to accept sometimes we feel vulnerable. And we have to trust that there's going to be somebody that's there that will help us. We definitely, the divine's on this, okay? Somebody's trying to escape something. It's a breaking point. A lot of pain. Cloudy judgment. There's realizations here. This is a wake-up call. Something to do with the divine masculine. This could be you or you're dealing with one. Congratulations. I'm picking up a divine masculine. Male or female, taking action. This is an action taker. Somebody with authority, power, established, wise, not afraid. Is able to move things along with authority. Somebody with clout, connections. Get the ball rolling, let's say, okay? Could be a father, boss, or leader too, but past life echoes, depravity, madness, withdrawn. Could be a family, something to do with a family, the trees there. Somebody feels alone within a family, left alone or rot, I just heard. Damn, there's consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals. This could be a family that really never helped. Somebody needs help. It got worse. There's a condition here that's getting worse and worse. There's some form of abuse going on. Could be the elderly. I don't know. Could be the young. Could be anybody that's handicapped, you know what I mean? That needs extra help. Maybe they're getting paid to take extra care of this person. They're taking the money and putting this person in a corner and just ignoring them. I don't know. Somebody's stepping in, though. There's consequences. Bad choices, games, and mixed signals. What I tell you, divine masculine's involved. Congratulations. Authority, discipline, and father figure. You could be a father of a child, or divine masculine. This could be one of your parents or family members, somebody you love. You're going to have to step in and take over. Double indemnity, something to do with insurance. Maybe they want this person to just go away. Maybe they got life insurance on this person. It could be a business. It doesn't have to be health. It could be some sort of business. Something to do with health and safety. Somebody's trying to sink your business. There's possibilities here. Follow your dreams. Make up your mind. Believe in yourself. This is psychopath. Going into descent into madness. Okay, somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing. Abusive, I told you. Conniving, unpredictable. Clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, and old ways. Something to do with an ex. Damn. I'm sorry it's all over the place, but it comes out this way for a reason. Only take what applies. Okay, I'm gonna do what this one. Sorry, I forgot to get tarot deck out. That's not unlike me. Usually I'm prepared. But yeah, there's a reason for everything. I'm not going to question it. Past life, echoes, depravity, madness, withdrawn, consequences. Could be an arsonist involved. Giving somebody a black eye, a family a black eye, or it could be an institution. Do you understand what I'm saying? An institution that this divine masculine is overseeing or is going to have to step in and take care of. That deals with vulnerable people. This is just depravity. They could be using some of these people that can't speak, can't do for themselves, for rituals. Do you understand what I'm saying? It could be for children, it could be older people, it could be anybody. It could be a school, it could be a place for a home of any kind. Do you know what I'm saying, right? What's the message here, please, Spirit? Only take what applies, okay? If you're not familiar with it, it's not yours, leave it alone. You can switch the genders and the roles as you need to. That's not a problem. Okay, where are we going? What's the message, please? I got some sun today. Well, I got a sunburn. Thank you. This is how we're starting. Look at this. It's a tower. Something's built on a false foundation, and it's coming down. The universe is tearing it down. It's the wrath of God. This is divine intervention. Giving off a false sense of security, false impressions. Damn. It's going to happen quickly, too. It could be arson. I don't know. Overarching energy. Home foundation, stability, family, institution of some sort of foundation. Something that was established. 4 of Wands. Somebody's scared. out of control, no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. Fall from grace. Somebody's getting demoted. Could be a lot of partaking and drinking and stuff like that. No emotional fulfillment or happiness, no personal success or achievement. Somebody's putting on an act. So somebody's putting on an act. They can't force somebody to step down. Somebody could have addictions here. Seeing through the illusions. People are trying to distance themselves and detach from this, okay? Peeping their game on this contract that's not a non-binding contract. People are trying to distance themselves, trying to get away. It could be a rehab, a home such as that. Wayward children, I just heard. What the? Something to do with work. Somebody's going to lose their job. This is termination as well. Somebody's scared they're going to get terminated. Yeah, there's proof and evidence of something here. Somebody's looking back, looking under. This is proof. Proof of something. Harvesting energy, harvesting, waiting, looking back and counting. Could be an investment, working. Wow. Proof of work. Somebody needs proof of work. They've been stopped. Out of control. Don't want to take accountability. Not going anywhere. This is no structure, discipline, or direction. Somebody's going through stopping some depression. Somebody's going through a dark night of the soul. They need to heal. They need to balance something out. They need protection. They need to alchemize. Somebody's patient here. Putting past hurts behind. Somebody's mentally and emotionally unstable. Stopping this mentally and emotionally unstable person. Or persons. This is a crime. This was abuse. Damn. Somebody in the equation knew about it or sensed it and they didn't take any action when they should have. But this is really reckless. This is endangering of others. Yeah. Not willing to change. This is a permanent, profound ending here. They kept doing something over and over again. Don't want to stop. Somebody's got to make a decision here. They're watching. Making plans. They're watching from a distance. They got to make a decision to bring peace to the situation. They got to bring balance back. Somebody needs to heal. Somebody needs more healing maybe. Somebody got injured. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. I don't know. Divinely protected by the angels here. So, yep. You got to protect the unprotected here. Could have been an attack of some sort. And they wanted to keep it secret. They didn't tell you, tell the people, tell the families. Wow. Use your intuition, okay? You can't block this. This is good counsel. Somebody doesn't want to fight. They have no excuse for what they've done. They can't restrain somebody, I think. They need to restrain somebody. They want it quiet. They don't want it out in the open. They don't want it on the news. They want it... This is not wish fulfillment. Somebody's feeling ashamed of themselves. This could be a black eye to this institution or foundation or whatever this is. Somebody's sick here. Losing hope, not working well, not getting along together, breaking protocol, breaking compromise, breaking contracts here, not getting along well at all. Best laid plans, right? No. There's a lot of conflict, competition, fighting, jealousy, a lot of fighting, conflict, bunch of people involved. They don't get along. It could be the staff, it could be just whoever is there, okay? Yeah, somebody's lying, whatever. They're jealous, vindictive, vile, spiteful, and bitter. They're not very smart. They're very cutthroat, I heard. Yeah, parting away is not happy. The party's over. They're no friend of mine, I just heard. Wow. So people are turning on people. There's no reconciling this. They can't fix this. Somebody's not very unhappy. They're finding out the truth of the depravity behind somebody. Yeah, a lot of manipulations, illusions, out of control, two-faced. Could be staff, who knows? Don't have all the resources they need. Someone lied, didn't take action when they should have. Yeah, now they're scared. Somebody got injured or sick. This is a scandal. They're scared. They can't get out of this. They're in trouble. They are in absolute trouble. Wow. There's no going home now. They can't leave. They could be stuck. They could be in a jail cell somewhere or being detained. I don't know. They can't leave. Somebody can't move on from this. They don't know how they're going to get out of this. It could be the people working there at the top, or this is the staff, or these people are scared shitless. Somebody's on, ooh, yeah, this is justice coming in. That's why they're not getting away with this. Congratulations. Truth and clarity. Somebody speaking. Taking action. Yeah. Somebody lied. This is bad news. They threw rocks in his head. Very juvenile. Okay? They felt entitled. They're a drama starter. Very juvenile. It could have been the loss of a child. Oh my gosh. Really? Yeah, somebody got injured. This is physical. Somebody, oh, please, Spirit. They tried to sacrifice somebody to the dark. Somebody in your family for money. 1010, this is over. Now they're worried they can't eat or sleep. This is a black eye on other people. They're being exposed. This is public humiliation. Yeah, somebody's coming in here. They're worried about talking to a father figure. They're going to get let go, that's for sure. Somebody knew about this, and they didn't do anything about it. They got to take some action here. They can't ignore this, okay? They can't ignore it at all. This is, they're hiding from the public. They were hiding something publicly. So somebody at the top knew about it and lied. Trying to cover up for everybody else. Somebody's unstable here. Wow. Insecure. Unstable. Don't want to be alone. They're parting ways with their friend group. This is not happy. No happy. Party's over. Sorry about the background noise. A lot of gossip is going around. They're trying to hide and cloak something here. They're going to claim they were unaware. Their friends were unaware. Yeah, I don't think so. This is something that's very chaotic and toxic and karmic. This could be a mother, mother-in-law. It doesn't have to be. It could be male or female. This is somebody who wants power and control. They're greedy. They're jealous. They're demanding and, I don't know, possessive. They could be possessed. Sacrifice yet again. Unstable. They can't play games anymore. Yeah, they can't hold back anymore. They have no protection. They don't protect people. If that's where they're there, they certainly don't protect. They're unstable and insecure. People are seeing clearly what's going on. They need to be let go. They need to take action. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Somebody's under surveillance. There could be something on camera they caught. They're going to jail. They could be under, they could have tied somebody up if it's some sort of a home or, you know what I mean? Confined somebody against their will. Somebody's in their head. This is self-imposed. They can't get out of this. There's too many obstacles. It's also they're going to jail or they need to be locked up, confined somewhere. They could have an attachment. It could be a nasty demon attached to them. Maybe they need to, yeah, somebody's a fool. They need to take a leap of faith. They need to take a risk here. Yeah, they try to sacrifice. They're a fool. They try to sacrifice it. Someone or someone else. Yeah, somebody's, they're trying to stall. Waiting, can't overcome, can't see the forest through the trees here. There's no illumination. Somebody's stuck. Stuck. Why are they stuck? Waste of time. Somebody was trying to waste time, bargain for time. The devil doesn't bargain. You don't bargain with the devil. Well, okay, if I do this, maybe. Somebody was biding some time, covering up for somebody else, and they didn't tell the truth when they should have. They did something horrible happened here. Somebody slid into the abyss of madness, and something happened. Oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. They could have found somebody hanging, if you know what I'm saying, and that's not what happened. So there's an investigation. Somebody's stepping up to the plate. Could you, someone else, male or female. Somebody's very, very intent, staying their own 2 feet. This is law and order. Could be two police officers ending a cycle here. Coming in to end something here. Truth and clarity exposed. Illumination about this child or the past. Yeah. They did something to this child or children in the past. It's being enlightened here, okay? It's youngsters. They're trying to hold the information back. Somebody was very combative and abusive here. Somebody's angry. They felt entitled. They forged some paperwork or something. Yeah, they got to walk away. Somebody's emotionally unavailable. So this could be a home of some sort, a family. I don't know. Place yourself where you belong, but there's no emotional fulfillment or happiness. Trying to hold back somebody walking away. Maybe it's whoever was covering for the one person. They're walking away. They can't stomach it. That's their link to freedom, to stay free. They're walking away here. Somebody can't stomach it. They're facing the unknown. They know this. That's the tower. So somebody walked away and the tower came down. They lost a child here. Damn, the father's stepping in. This could be the divine masculine stepping in. Something to do with money. Something to do with insurance. Somebody's trying, it doesn't have to be a father. It could be a female, okay? It could be anybody. This is an energy. They know they're going to have to pay. This is like insurance. This is an institution. They're going to have to pay damages. They know that maybe Somebody in this home were forging paperwork, placing these poor people that are vulnerables names on this insurance work, you know, in case something should happen to them. The family had nothing to do with it. Family didn't know about it. It could go different ways. There's a lot of scam artists out there, and you know, making it accidents happen, and they get money, and the family don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The father's going to get paid. I don't know. You're going to have to pay the father if it's a father figure. Oh, they paid for it. Devil energy. This contract. They're bound to it. They're shitting bricks. They're bound to this contract. Toxic karmic contract. This gold digger and cloud chaser. Wow. They're bound to this contract. They're heartbroken. Yeah, the family don't know about it. Family's falling apart. They got caught. They have to complain. They're not happy. There's going to be some communication coming towards you. They don't know what to do. They were trying to cover this up. Maybe they tried to... That's bad news. Trying to block a mother figure and or a wife stability. It's bad news about a mother figure. A wife. It doesn't have to be male in that energy. Somebody's got to stay stable here, okay? Yeah, somebody doesn't trust this. No communication, parting of ways, don't trust it, no harmony. This is, you know, look at this. This is corruption. Wanting power and control. They have no authority doing what they did. They're going to be left on their own. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're going to have to go down. They're going to go down for this, okay? They're going to have to answer for it. So somebody was neglectful. Whoever was at the head of this. Divine masculine stepping in here. No matter what. It could be a stepfather as well that did this. Oh boy, corruption. Bad advice. Didn't listen to advice. Not traditional. False contracts. Could be a warlock. Poor decision. All one-sided. Nobody knew about it except for whoever was going to profit from it. There's consequences. Yeah, they're trying to stall here. Somebody's got to come forth and take accountability. It's been a long time like this. They're trying to stall something. Financial ruin, spiritual jail. Yeah, they were false witness. I mean, when you're filling out important papers like this, that's perjury. That's fraud. They're in debt. They didn't want to do their homework. Someone didn't do any follow-through with something. Making sure everybody's okay. Double checking. Whatever. It's the loss of a child, possibly. Yeah, this is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Money motivated, a bully. Sounds like a real great fucking one of those places, right? Yeah, judgment. They're under divine judgment. Somebody's scared. They're paranoid. A decision's been rendered. Put up your boundaries. Somebody's very defensive right now. Yeah, they bit off more than you can chew. They didn't take the noble approach. No morals, ethics, or honor. It's all about ego. It's a coward down deep inside. This is embarrassing and disgraceful. There's a few people involved, okay? They all made money off of it. Scam artists, what I tell you. Somebody wants to unburden themselves. It's the end of a cycle here. This is heartless and cruel. Draining people. There's no self-love here. This is fraud, theft, unbalanced, unfair. Didn't want to let go. I didn't serve, didn't foresee this. A lot of lies, illusions, and fear. A lot of fear. Got tempted, right? Bride people is a cover-up. Look at this. Look at this. Promised all kinds of beautiful things that they weren't going to deliver it. Illusions. Blocked. Trying to block. A Queen of Cups. Emotions. You might have to turn your emotions off for a while. Male or female, doesn't matter. Because this could be a mother figure they did this to. A sweetheart, male or female. You used your intuition. Somebody was trying to block your intuition. They don't want you taking action on your intuition. Or this could be somebody else in the equation. It could be more than one person this has happened to. But you're using your intuition. Remain emotionally balanced, stable, and mature. Keep your heart open. You have a lot of love here, okay? Unconditional love for whomever that's going through that. You could be, maybe you're not even related to anybody here. But you're going to hear about it. You could be an outside person. It could be law and order. It could be anything stepping in to help bring this to an end and bring justice to the situation. You could be a female in divine masculine energy. It's just somebody that does. They're very knowledgeable and established. They're not afraid, and they got a lot of might behind them, spiritual as well as 3D. Or it could be a male. Okay, place yourself where you're fit. You could be this Queen of Cups, a sweetheart, down. You could be like a very masculine man, but down deep inside, you're a little pussycat. You know what I'm saying? Nobody needs to know that, though. Just a few people. So protect your heart. This is echoes of past life, okay? It's a repeat. Somebody's stuck in this labyrinth here, going descent into madness and depravity potentially. Not a nice place to be, I would imagine, right? So they tried to sacrifice you, or not you, why am I saying you? They tried to sacrifice others, or they have. This could be somebody you made great sacrifices. Are they expecting sacrifices of you and others? Dedication, ritual, worship, and voluntary. They did this voluntarily. Unbelievable. Descent into madness voluntarily. So it has something to do with an organization, a situation where people are vulnerable. Divine intervention right there at the heart of it. He stepped in. Wrath of God, serendipity, catalyst, and karma. They're receiving their karma. This person or this situation was the catalyst to change, okay? There's consequences to their poor decisions here. Bad choices. A divine masculine stepping in, or it centers around a divine masculine. Could be you or someone else. Authority, discipline, and father figure. Someone's withdrawn, or they're going to have to withdraw from something. Single, lonely, and solitary. And they've withdrawn themselves to nourish themselves, or this is what this person or the people involved need at this time if they are, able to get out of this situation, move somewhere else. Maybe you're going to be in charge of nourishing them back to good health, self-growth, self-focus, soul-finding. It could be mental, emotional, spiritual. It could be in any way. Whatever these people need. I really do feel there's two people here. There's divine masculine energy, but there's also a sweetheart. That could be the divine masculine, male or female, but I'm picking up there's two people here that are going to step in and help facilitate some healing, that much needed healing for these people that have been abused. Do you understand? Because there's a lot of abuse going on. And it could be on a soul level, for all we know. You can't see it, but on a soul level, you could be really soul sick, okay, spiritually sick. That's a real thing. Look it up. I'm not lying. I sometimes, I don't know if you call it, what would you call it, if it's privileged or not, or maybe it's not so much of a privilege. Sometimes I can see auras to see if somebody's spiritually sick. I remember one time, one person that was close to me was spiritually sick, and every time I looked at them, they were gray. And then one day they weren't. They were improving. Things were improving in their life. I don't know what they did. But it's weird. I can see auras. A lot of people do. They just don't realize it. Maybe you're one. You can see if they're having any kind of mental health issues. There's something going on the soul level, spiritual level. Because people aren't going to tell you the truth. Sometimes they don't even know. Some people don't even know they're depressed sometimes. Somebody did something foolishly. Ran right into poverty or lack or loss. So somebody didn't take care of what they were supposed to do. It could be somebody running this place, in charge of this place. At the end, you're only I'm going to say that. Where are we going with this? Why am I doing this? I don't know. Needing healing. This is the one card. The deck's not even pulled out. Just only one card out. Somebody needs healing. They've been sitting on the truth. They got to tell the truth. Whoever this is. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong deck. I guess the sun got to me today. I don't know. Let me get some wisdom from the oracle here. How are we ending this with the collective? I'm really feeling this one. Somebody's really drained. They're exhausted. Somebody's a handful to handle. This could be, I'm picking up, this could be staff and or some of, if it is a hospital, it could be some of the patients as well, Yeah, peace is here. 23, a higher power's involved, the divine's involved. Peace and serenity, healing. Poised in reverse, 48, that's 12. Letting go, illumination, surrender. It could be an arrest as well. Somebody was on, placed themselves on a pedestal. They're falling off. What'd I tell you? I can't make this stuff up. Okay, higher powers involved. Somebody was not loyal here. 38. They had no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They were scaring. They were intimidating other people. Depraved, I heard. Damn. So this is it. Power. Firm foundation. It has something to do with some sort of foundation or home or something. Hospital or hospice. God. These people go there for help. I don't want to go there. Don't make me angry, please. These people. 23, peace. Freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace, pardon me, is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. Poised 48 in reverse, the protection message. You're not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines. Pretending you know what you're doing works sometimes, but if you adopt a fake it till you make it, quote unquote, attitude, it'll land you in some muck now. This is not the time to wing it and deliver something half finished. It's okay to postpone things until you're ready, really ready. It's better to disappoint others now than to wish you had later. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're ready to take action or you're not. You don't have all the proof yet. You don't have all of the authorities or the answers yet. Maybe you don't have a place for these people to go yet. I don't know. So whatever this is, oh, sorry. It's my neighbor working on his car yet again. I mean, he has every right to. I mean, that's his home. That's his driveway. I'm just saying. I shouldn't be upset. But anyways, yeah, you have to surrender something, let something go. And or there's going to be an arrest. Maybe it's not yet time to arrest this person. Higher power's on it, though, okay? So let's see where we're going to go with this. There could have been an investigation. Could have been tricky. Trying to get somebody on the inside to take pictures, film, whatever, talk to other people. So it takes time, right? Maybe somebody's witnessed some of this abuse. And I'm sorry if this triggers you. And they're very upset over it. They want to stop it now, but they can't do it just now. Do you understand? I don't know how these authorities do it, to tell you the truth. I'd be going, fuck you, close it down. Now. I'd be, hog tying these people. Get the paddy wagons now. Get these people help. Get the news crews. I don't know. I don't know how they do that, how they keep calm, patient. Seeing what they see, knowing what they know. So essential meaning, the higher power, conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. So somebody here does work alongside spirit, or spirit works alongside them. That's an added bonus, right? That's kind of like Kevlar, spiritual Kevlar. So this card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there's a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You're always protected and divinely directed. So you're being directed. Now, while I was reading that, and they always do this to me, just to see if I'm on my toes. They were telling me why we started off with preventative maintenance, take care of your vessel, take care of what you need to take care of, stop in, make sure everything's running smoothly, blah, blah, blah. Because this could be an old age home. This could be a convalescent home. There's too many people in these homes stuck away in a corner while the family's got life insurance out on them, hoping for them to die. Do you understand what I'm saying? Cutting corners. Too many abusive people are getting away in these homes, doing various things. Dark people. So this could be all at once going on. We have to nip this in the bud. The best people to take care of you or your loved ones are the loved ones. The people that you're comfortable with in your own home. Imagine you worked your whole life to buy a home, maintain it, you and your spouse, your family, and then you're 96 years old and you're frail and you need help. But your kids don't want to take care of you. They're too busy. Oh, sorry, I'm go. I just want the money. So they place you in an old age home. You can't even stay in your own fucking home. They run around. They maybe sold it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or they're living in that house and you're in a fucking room somewhere being abused by strangers, being ignored, neglected, not having your needs met. I think that's what it is. We have to get back down to basics. What's important here? They make it too easy now for very evil people to step in and just hurt, destroy. That's sad. I would imagine heartbreaking. And who knows, this could happen to me, it could happen to you, anybody. Think about it. We love our kids, we think our kids love us, but we don't know what they're going to be like later on down the road, what pressures they're going to face in life. We don't know. what it's going to be like. Maybe they have their heart in the right place. Well, they'll be better off in a home, the 24-hour care, and it's not that way at all. You hear horror stories everywhere. We got to check these homes. Do they have life insurance on these residents? They have no right to do that. We found out about Walmart and other companies having life insurance on their workers, the peasant fund or whatever it is, against people's will, knowledge. They were making millions of dollars off of people's deaths, like they don't make enough already. And not helping the family. The person dies. They never even give him any money towards a funeral or anything. These things have got to change. And I think this is where we're going to start. Maintenance, preventative maintenance. Take care of our loved ones. Take care of ourselves. Check in with what we need to check in. Make sure everything's running smoothly. If not, take care of it ASAP. But also check in with this insurance claim. Now, if you're the person that's owning this home and you have your heart in the right place and you're finding out your staff is doing this to people, I feel bad for you. But you're gonna have to do what's right. You might have to close your doors. Double indemnity. Maybe there's been more than one loss. Okay, unexplicable loss. People aren't doing their jobs. I don't know. That's you're gonna have to cross that path when you get there. Okay, everything happens for a reason. If you're a good person, you had nothing. Honestly, you had nothing to do. Maybe you did look the other way. I don't know. At the end of the day, you're going to have to do what's right. No matter what, the divine stepped in. What's right is going to be done. A divine masculine stepping in. Or this is you, divine masculine. Congratulations. I really feel bad for these people, though. But I'm glad this is coming to an end, okay? Hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.